I am sure that at some time in your life, you've gotten into an argument with someone, but no matter what you say, the other person just will not see the truth. Just like millions of other Americans, this is the way I see the problem with teaching creationism in public schools. Some people have decided that teaching the theory of creation to their children violates a constitutional amendment, separation of church and state. But there are also Americans who don't approve of their children being taught to believe evolution is truth. Rather than bash the alternative, I want to tell you today why creationism should be taught in schools by showing you what creationism is, 3 animals that prove evolution is false, and wrapping it up by letting you see how teaching creationism in schools does not violate the constitutional right. According to college speaker Paul Abramson, creation is the theory that man, the earth, and the rest of the universe were originally created rather than randomly exploding from nothingness into chance existence. Creation is believed that God created the heavens and the earth and everything inside them in a 6-day period. This is why the science of creation is kept out of schools, because it's Bible-based. But millions of Americans accept this to be true because, unlike evolution, or any other theory for that matter, creation is the only theory that doesn't contradict itself. And through a new scientific phenomenon called the Genesis Code, science is actually starting to prove creation to be true. But unfortunately, I don't have the time to share that side with you today. The important thing to know is that creation is a widely accepted belief, but rarely found in textbooks. Now that you know what creation is, I believe it is my job to prove to you that creation is worthy to be taught in schools. Like I told you before, I will show you 3 animals that defy evolution, and at the same time, prove creation to have substance. The first animal we will look at is the giraffe. Kind of an odd-looking fellow if you ask me, but they are impressive. Giraffes have a special mechanism inside their head used for pressure regulation that allows them to adjust to elevation change when they stand up, preventing them from passing out. Dr. Joe Martin, a scientist and former professor of evolution at Baylor University, said that evolution cannot explain this. The next animal we will look at is the hummingbird. These guys are super impressive. Their metabolism is so high that they have to eat every couple of hours to keep from starving to death, and if it didn't slow down while they slept, they would starve to death. How then do they fly for over a full day straight to the Gulf Islands without eating anything? Evolution can't answer that either. The last and goofiest looking animal of the 3 animals is the ostrich. Being the biggest bird in the world, they have very few natural predators, but those predators are still out there. Did you know that ostriches know the exact location on a lion to kick in order to kill them in one hit? I didn't either. I don't know how they learned that, but I promise you they did not figure that out through trial and error. Now, after looking at these 3 animals, it is safe to say that creation answers more questions than evolution does. Now we know that creation belongs in textbooks, but the problem is, does the Constitution ban it? Wrong. So how has the national government made it illegal for teachers to present creation as a theory? They did it by misusing the phrase, separation of church and state. Where does separation of church and state come from anyway? It never once appears in the Constitution. The Constitution states, Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the preexistence thereof. The Constitution states nothing else about the practices of religion. The term separation of church and state actually comes from a letter written by Thomas Jefferson. He wrote to a Baptist church saying that the national government could not interfere with religion, not the other way around. But more so today than ever, that was a false promise. You have now heard what creation is. You have seen the evidence that it may be real, and we even know that teaching it in public schools is constitutionally sound. This speech has only scraped the surface of this fascinating topic. I hope that you will look more into this problem and believe with me that everyone has the right to their own opinion. Let's open the door of our schools of creation, giving students the information on both theories, and let them have the choice of deciding which theory of human origin they wish to believe.